Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm going to introduce you here to one of my new sponsors, Flair Naming Service. These guys are creating the, people will be able to get their own domains to act as like a payment pointer, and eventually they'll have, you can turn it into a website and those type of things. So if you see here, it's like if you got finance.flair, any of these, you'll be able to turn your addresses for all your different crypto into a payment pointer so that you could, for instance, I could say digitalassetinvestor.flr, and then you could pay me to that and it would drop into my XRP account or my Ethereum account or any other digital asset that you wanted to add in there. And so what they're doing is these guys are doing a launch, and they've got two things you can do. You can sign up for their free newsletter, and you'll be notified when they launch. Or they've got an early launch reservation, and they're planning to launch around May 27th. But the early launch reservations, what I did, I bought a $10 reservation. What this does is that it gives you first shot at their premium domains. So like this is when Ethereum, when they were selling .eth domains, these were some of the ones that ended up being premium domains. I remember when I was younger and .com came out, carinsurance.com sold for $49.7 million. And so this time it's a little different in that you'll be able to use these domains as payment pointers or websites, hopefully decentralized websites. But also they'll have value within themselves. And so they're doing this for, I think it's limited to the first 10,000 spots. These are the people that will have access to the premium domains being, I guess, I'm pretty sure they've set some aside, like business.flr. That would be an example of a premium domain. And if you want to, or maybe lasvegas.flr, those kind of things. So anyway, I'll put a link to that in the very top of the description of this video if you want to go check it out. So look what we've been dealing with. XRP, 45 cents. It went as high yesterday. We'll look here. But if you can see here, it's up on 7 days, 23%, 30 days, 14%, quarter, 28%. And then let me do a little refresh here. It was as high as 49 cents on CoinMarketCap. I saw as high as 50 cents on Fiat Leak. Now, let's show you first of all, the David Schwartz had tweeted this out. It seems there's a light switch in my garage that does nothing. Hit it by accident yesterday. Wasn't sure what it did, so I switched it back an hour ago. Strange to have one that does nothing at all. And then he says, me waiting for for lawyers to ask me to delete this tweet. Now, I'm on the same page with BitBoy here. He says, you think XRP pumps like this for no reason? Insiders always front run news. The only question is, what is the news? Well, I think if that's the case, then it won't be over yet. Dark Defender, all of these chart guys are seeing that 54, 55 cents as what we need to be looking to. Confirmed price followed the pattern we set January. We discussed two targets, March, 43 cents and 54. XRP hits 50 yesterday with a 30% pump, 54 cents slightly, insight shortly. An extensive analysis will follow. Road to $13. There's that road to $13 again. I know a lot of people that would love $13. Then EGRAG Crypto says, again, 55 cent appears to be the critical level to close above it. Now either XRP continues rallying and close above 55 cents and blast above all these trend lines like a hot knife through butter, or shall retrace back. And then this is one from FX Empire. XRP needs to avoid 44-cent pivot target, so we don't want to go below that. First major resistance is 51 cents, and then says, in that case, another extended rally. XRP would likely test resistance at 55 cents. So apparently you break through 55 cents, it's game on. Now, folks, redemption is at hand. Yesterday I showed you that Masari, who was anti-Ripple, anti-XRP, because Ryan Selkis is one of the guys that owns it, for years and years and years and years and years. Look what when he tweeted it out yesterday himself. He says, I've been critical of Ripple in the past, various reasons, but more aligned with them than ever before. Ripple should win the overreaching XRP SEC case, and the XRP ledger should be afforded the opportunity to compete fairly on digital payments. For globally, demand is there. As if he didn't know that the demand was there and that they had a good product 3 years ago. The only difference I can see is that he watched us all uncover ETHgate. But welcome aboard, Ryan. Just for historical sake, Ashish Birla put this out back in June 9th, 2022. Also in 2018, Hodges hosted an amazing crypto dinner in April with 2-Bit Idiot, which is Ryan Selkis, David, this person, Gary Gensler, and others. Selkis was a lot nicer in person, and Gary Gensler was interested in learning about the intersection of crypto and finance. What happened? What happened indeed? He's got a Ripple chip in his mouth. And also what happened with Gary. What happened with Gary is that he's a snake. He's a slimy snake that would lie in wait and go to a place like that just so that he would have gunpowder to try to go after them later because his handlers and masters told him to do so. Eleanor Terrett, new decentralized exchange SushiSwap has been served with a subpoena by the SEC, making it the first DEX the agency has targeted. Decentralized exchange. And then she did an article, SEC versus Ripple verdict, could come at a pivotal time for the crypto industry. I'm not going to go deep into that, but just to let you know, she's got an article out. Now, there's nothing to see here. This is from the Naked Gun. Nothing to see here. The economy's doing great. Janet Yellen says so.
And take an economy that is performing very well. We've had the fastest recovery from a downturn that we've ever seen, and the fastest recovery of any nation around the globe. The unemployment rate is near a 50-year low. The economy is doing well.
Yes, everything is doing great, according to her. Then we've got this: Fidelity Investments and BlackRock, two of the world's largest financial institutions with combined $14 trillion in assets under management, are showing signs that they may be driving the next crypto price bull run. I believe it will become the biggest bull run ever for crypto. Last year, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink predicted blockchain technology will bring about increased market efficiency. Meanwhile, Fidelity has now opened up its cryptocurrency trading platform to its 37 million users. And then Ripple had an article. Ripple's focused on two things we hear most often from customers: interoperability and usability. Hear about head of liquidity products Brad Chase and his team are cooking up recipe for success for the future of tokenization with two ingredients. Folks, this game is all about the CBDCs and tokenization of assets and interoperability between all of it. That's what this game has always been about. Now, Tom Emmer, who has given us a new day, is now talking about CBDCs. Now, I agree with what he's saying, that CBDCs, when you hear CBDCs, it can be for good or for evil. And he's against the evil part, and I agree with him. Where I don't agree with him is, why is he so confident about what Bitcoin is? How does he know that Satoshi is not China, Russia, or a terrorist group?
As the federal government seeks to maintain and expand the financial control to which it's grown accustomed, the idea of the central bank digital currency has gained traction within the institutions of power in the United States. as government-controlled, programmable money that can easily be weaponized into a surveillance tool. The very ethos of central bank digital currencies is everything Bitcoin and crypto stands against. It's everything the United States of America stands against. Unlike decentralized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, CBDCs are a digital form of sovereign currency that are designed and issued by the federal government and transact on a ledger that is controlled by the federal government. In short, a digital dollar, if not designed to emulate cash, could give the federal government not only significant transaction level data down to the individual user, but also the ability to program the CBDC to choke out politically unpopular activity. For this reason, I introduced the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act to halt efforts of unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. from issuing a central bank digital currency that strips Americans of their right to financial privacy.
There's one easy way to solve this problem, and that is to not get rid of cash. Brad Garlinghouse said a long time ago he didn't think cash was going to go anywhere. You can have a CBDC and cash, and that way the government is always kept in check. You try to be too much, go too much in the direction of China with that CBDC, and everybody will go into cash. That's one way to do it. Now, what are the freaking chances, folks? This is from Putin. I'm not going to play the video because he's talking Russian anyway. We are in favor of using the Chinese yuan for settlements between Russia and countries of Asia, Africa, Latin America. I'm confident that these forms of settlement in yuan will develop between Russian partners and their counterparts in third world countries, I guess he's saying. And I said, what are the chances that Gary Gensler participates in digital currency wars over this exact issue at Harvard in 2019? And now in 2023, he's the person at the SEC holding back Ripple, the one company in the world with a solution to the problem that also had a solution in 2019. And I said, there are no coincidences. Now, Baba Cugs has pointed out that his riddlers were quicker, old pal. And he is correct. This graphic was going around as early as maybe 2018, 19. And he's also correct when he says this: if you use it in your videos, you must say Baba the lightning rod. That's what I say a lot of times. This guy, let me tell you what, being a lightning rod that's something admirable, because guess what? Probably beside me, he's been more of a lightning rod than just about anybody in crypto, but I know exactly what it feels like to be attacked constantly. Many times, I have people attack me every day in their passive-aggressive ways, people that don't have the guts to name me by name. I see it every day. I know who they are. I know exactly who they are. I know exactly what he goes through. So anyway, this was Gary Gensler, and back to my point here. This was Gary Gensler. Digital currency wars covered the exact same topic here, and now we have an SEC chairman. So here's my question. If Gary Gensler was here in digital currency wars, and he knew that there was a problem with the potential of a digital yuan, which is what this whole thing was about, and now he's trying to stop the one U.S. company who's at the forefront of trying to solve this problem, then whose side is Gary Gensler on? That's my question. Whose side is he on? Here he is.
As well. We have been leapfrogged by others, by digital currency, by digital Chinese currency. Why? Because, frankly, our central bank has been slow. And there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve runs our payment system. Right. And I think we need to move that Federal Reserve into the modern era.
Now, would that be Michael Barr, who was one of Ripple's advisors? I'm going to have to put this in the All the World's a Stage file. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Baba Cugs is a lightning rod. And so